Right, folks, quick scheduling announcement. Oh, scheduling. This is going to be good. I'm on the edge of my seat. If you follow me on Twitter, you've already seen. We are dropping back down to my reduced Football Manager schedule for the next 2 weeks. So it's just going to be one video per day. It's going to rotate between this series and the home series. So obviously we're doing Non-League to Legend today. It'll be home tomorrow, then Non-League to Legend again on Wednesday. If you're watching this way in the future, obviously that doesn't really matter, but if you do watch them when they come out, just be aware, half the normal amount of videos. It's still daily videos, but it is going to be on the reduced schedule until the 25th of February. 25th of February, we're going to be back to normal, this schedule that we've been doing for however long we've been doing it, but it's a little bit of an unavoidable thing. Combination of going to VidCon London towards the end of this week, so if you're going to be at VidCon, make sure you come and say hello to old Kev, and then it's half term the week after, and we've got another trip planned, and just various things means it's just not realistic to do 2 videos a day for the next couple of weeks. So it was either carry on doing the normal schedule this week and then have a complete week off, or just do 1 video a day for 2 weeks and 1 video a day for 2 weeks. Seemed to make more sense. Hopefully that's okay. Like I say, 25th of February, things will return to normal. Hello and welcome to Club 5, Part 8 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, I think I'm probably going to get sacked. That's going to be my prediction. We're away against Cologne in the league and then away against Porto in the second leg in the Europa League. The first leg didn't go so well. I mean, actually, to be honest, bearing in mind this is Porto, the team that knocked Fulham out in the last round, it didn't go disastrously. We lost 1-0 at home. I don't think that's a terrible result by any stretch of the imagination, but we clearly aren't good enough to turn it around in the second leg. So I think the Europa League, hoping that was going to save us. Quarterfinals is still good, but I suspect it's not going to be enough to keep me in a job. And the league, although we're not losing, we're still not scoring goals. We are getting good results against the good teams, but poor results against the poor teams. Mainz was a game we absolutely had to win, and we drew 0-0 at home. Hertha Berlin, they're a team who are right up there with the likes of Dortmund and Bayern Munich, who we'd drawn with previously. We picked up another 0-0. That's a good result. That one's a terrible result, though. And it means the Bundesliga is looking a little bit like this. Before every match now, we're getting the media report saying, I've got to win to save my job. I'm not winning. I'm also not getting fired. And the board haven't said a word. I feel like this might be one of those boards that aren't going to give me the 5 games to save my job ultimatum. They're not going to warn me about my underperformance. They're just going to sack me without any kind of warning at some point. And it could even happen as a result of the Cologne game right now, because they're a team that are below us in the league. I imagine we'll probably draw 0-0 because that's what we do against everybody at the moment. That's probably not enough to save my job. If we lose, bearing in mind it's an away game, if we lose, we're going to swap places with them in the league and could find ourselves back in the relegation zone. I think that's probably an insta-sacking. If we win, you never know. We might live to fight another day. But this is going to... No, that's not the team. That's the schedule again. This is the team that we're going to put out there for the Cologne game. We must win to save the job. And we haven't won away from home in the league in a long, long time. When was the last away win in the league? All the way back in January against Freiburg. I mean, to be fair, it's one of the last wins in the league as well. We've only... In fact, that was our last win in the league. Oh my word, how have they not sacked me yet? Right, we've got Mayer in goal, a back four with Friedel, Zagadou, Schuster and Hadrovic, with Vanderberg as our holding midfielder, Janicic and Pineda in midfield with Ito, Thorne and Adley as our front 3. That is my full strength team. Hamburg doesn't get any better than this. I can have no complaints and no excuses if we get fired as a result of this game. I just need to hope that today's the day when everything comes good. And we've had some spectacular performances. Basel in the Europa League really sticks out as we played brilliantly. We looked awesome. And there have been a couple of times this season where we've just looked exceptional, but far too often we look fairly solid at the back and we just don't threaten at all going forward. Right, we've got... I expect nothing but a win. We've got to go out there and win the game. No more of this, do your best. Let's try and look good. We must win, or I'm not going to get to see if we're good enough to turn it around against Porto, because I am certain a defeat today means the sack. Like I say, even though the board have not given any indication that that might be the case. They're still concerned that I'm underperforming slightly, but I think dropping back into the relegation zone at this stage of the season and underperforming slightly changes around to, yeah, you're useless. Liam Thorne is in though, and Liam Thorne grabs his 5th goal of the season. I think that's the first time you've seen him score in the Bundesliga. I mean, we haven't scored in the Bundesliga for a long while. He has scored. He scored on his debut for us in this league, I think. But most of his goals have been in the Europa League. But that is massive, and it's the Fulham connection. Pineda playing it through to Thorne, and all 6'5" of him slots it away beautifully. And Liam Thorne doesn't want me to get fired. I'm the man who gave him his chance at Fulham. I'm the one who sent him out on loan to Forest Green when I first arrived to use my connections there to get him experience. I'm the one who let him into the Fulham team. I'm not the one who transfer listed him. I'm the one who brought him to Germany. Liam Thorne wants to do this for old Kev, and Yasin Adli, 15 minutes on the clock, makes it 2-0. My word, are we going to do it? Have we reached the low point and we're going to turn it around, save the season, save my job, and from this point on it's all going to be glorious wonderfulness? It's another lovely finish, and 14 minutes into the match it's Cologne 0, Hamburg 2, and I'm starting to dream a little bit. And I know that's a danger in Football Manager when you start to dream. As it stands right now, we're actually meeting the Kev ratio as well, 29 points from 29 games. Obviously, Kev ratio is all about avoiding relegation, and this was supposed to be a mid-table season, so that's not necessarily anything to be proud of, but what it does mean is as of right now, we're probably not in a relegation battle. There's 36 games, I think, in a season in Germany. Is that right? Can I do maths? I think it's... Is it 30? No, it's 34 games, isn't it? So we've only got 6 games left. So, it's looking... We're not going to get relegated. It's just, am I going to get sacked? Right, let's keep being assertive. And yeah, we've got to do the assertive, don't let your performance levels drop. As much as I want to pat them on the head and say, that's taken a lot of the pressure off, thank you, you wonderful people, I don't want them to think that I'm happy, because me being a bit grumpy pre-match is what's inspired this performance. So perhaps grumpiness has got to be the way forward. Friedel now from range with a free kick, and it bounces off the top of the crossbar. 13th place. Is that considered mid-table in Germany? I'm not sure where, in an 18-team league, I'm not sure where mid-table starts and finishes. I don't know. So top half of the table presumably is 9th and up. Mid-table, what, maybe 10th to 12th? Or is it 10th to 13th? Oh, that's a worry. An hour on the clock, and it's 2-1. Cologne have got a goal back, and after all this excitement, it could all be about to go wrong if we don't sort ourselves out and make sure we don't let them back into the game. I need to do a shout. I need to tell them to concentrate and hope that doesn't ruin everything. So shouts. Come on, let me press a shout. Let me press a shout. Right, shout. Shout. If he scores here, I'm going to unconcentrate it. No, concentrate. Hopefully that's not going to ruin everybody. Oh, I've overwhelmed them. Whelming has been a real problem for us this season. We're never the right amount of whelm, and we've done it again today. We're now overwhelmed. And how do I reduce our whelm factor? Corner. No, it's not. The goalkeeper's got... I mean, it's rarely a corner when the goalkeeper's got the ball in his hands. I need to reduce the whelmness. Oh, no. Right, just keep hold of it. Be calm. I'm calm. Be cool. Right, Mayer's just taking his time, and that's exactly what I want him to do. Plays out to Vandenberg, out to Schuster. I'm worried that this is a highlight, because it suggests we're going to give the ball away and we get hit by a counter-attacking goal, unless we're the team who are going to strike with the goal. Thorne putting them under a lot of pressure there, and it comes clear only as far as Ito. Back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg has got Hadrovic, I think, in space. It goes out to Hadrovic, who crosses in towards Ito, who scores! Who cares how whelmed we are? We're 3-1 up! Goodness me! Cologne 1, Hamburg 3 on the 69th minute, and surely we can't find a way to mess this up from here. And this has got, at the very least, this should mean I'm not going to get sacked this episode. We get to play Porto. You never know. If we play this well, strange things might happen. Dreams might come true. Right, Janicic isn't playing particularly well. The question is, of course, do I want to take off my captain in this situation? When we don't really have anyone to... I guess we could drop Adli back into midfield, so it's not the worst substitution in the world. Let's drop Adli back into midfield. Swap those two over. Have Chapman on the right-hand side. Friedel's... I'm not going to change a defender in these circumstances. That seems mad. Ito is tired, so we're going to take Ito off and bring on Vital and give it 20 minutes. with new wingers on, and hopefully we just find a way to hold on and don't mess up. I don't think I'm going to make a third change because I'm looking at that bench, not seeing anybody I want on the pitch as a replacement for anyone who's already on there. The heroes that have already out there have done enough to deserve not being removed, although Zagadou is shattered. So perhaps bringing on Bayer or Duffy for him wouldn't have been the worst idea in the world. But I don't care about Europe anymore. I'm not saving players for Porto. This game is massive. Pineda to Friedel, a fourth goal here would be, quite frankly, ridiculous, bearing in mind how long it's been since we've scored in the league. We're not going to get the fourth, but we have won a game in the league for the first time in goodness knows how long. Of course I'm going to be passionate after the game. That is a potential job saver. And now, is there any talk of me being fired? No. Ha ha ha. Not one for 9 games. How did I stay in a job that long? I think we might just survive. Look at all those 0-0s. That's ridiculous. Let's see if we can do the same again against Porto. Imagine a semi-final of the Europa League would be ridiculous. We could get in the Champions League at this season. Right, it seems that 13th is considered mid-table. However, apparently, I'm supposed to be in the top half. So we still have work to do. The important thing is, though, if we look at the board's overall confidence, they're satisfied with my management of the team. Surely we're not going to swing around from satisfied to the sack between now and the end of the season when there's so few games left. Surely. I didn't apply for this. The theory is ringing true. I never would have been offered an interview with an upper tier team in the Premier League as manager of Fulham. But I've been in Germany for, 9 months? Quite frankly, I've been rubbish. Yes, it's an underperforming Bayern. And yes, I can't say the name of the club properly and you all hate that. But they've just offered me an interview. I'm going to do this offline. Imagine if the Hamburg story ends with me walking into Bayern Munich. My word. Slight amendment to the excitement levels. I've just reread that. Past Kev must have applied for it last week. I don't remember him doing it, but I know loads of you have already gone down into the comments and said, Kev, it says right there on the screen you did apply. Apparently I did apply. The point still remains, though. I got an interview, and I didn't get interviews anywhere else when I was applying for jobs. I'm not the favourite. I'm probably not going to get the job. The excitement level has drained out of me a little bit. But, the interview was a nice experience. You never know. What's Frank de Boer doing at the moment? Chelsea manager. I mean, I could go there. go back to live in West London again. I've probably still got... Have I sold my flat yet? We might end up at Chelsea. Back to reality then to see out the rest of the episode. And if ever we've needed a big performance, goodness me, is it in this match? Not even for the sake of Hamburg. Imagine if we turn this around against Porto with the Bayern, the Munich board watching. That's surely got to tip them over the edge. Maybe, who knows. But we can't play Pineda in this competition because he's not in the squad, so Vital comes in to play in central midfield. It was a coin toss between him and Chapman, but I like to bring Chapman off the bench. I think he's an impact player. So let's get into the match. Hopefully Ito has another great... Ito's been a great player for us this season when he's played, and I think one of the reasons we've struggled so much for so long is Ito has been injured. Not even the same injury, just a variety of injuries. He keeps getting himself injured. And I think if we'd have had him fit all season, it might have been a different story. Right, we're going to stay assertive. It worked in the last game, so let's assertively say we owe them after the last match. We want our revenge. The first leg we were utterly outclassed. But we went into the first leg low on confidence, an 8-game run without winning a league game. Now we're coming into this away game having... just won quite dominantly in the league, admittedly against rubbish opposition, but we've got to believe a little bit. We're only 1-0 down after that first leg. If we can grab the first goal in this game, it's absolutely all to play for, and they're frustrated. So we're playing against a frustrated Porto team who are now a complacent, frustrated team. Are we ever going to get an opportunity like this again? Mayer's anxious. I would be too in the circumstances. Right, Vital, let's grab a goal here. Vandenberg, who of course is a Bayern Munich player. So if we end up there, we already know one of the players. That's another advantage. Hadrovic, cross it over to Thorne. Liam Thorne, stick this in the back of the net. Nowhere near him. I thought for a second there we'd want a penalty. The fact that that was a highlight, though, worries me because it suggests Porto are going to go and score. And if they score, then, like I said, first goal pretty much wins this tie. But if they come and score here, we have an absolute mountain to climb with that away goal they scored in the first leg. And they're just knocking it around like we're not even there. And it skims the top of the crossbar. Still a weird highlight, I think. Not really very much happening at either end. Suggests it's been a very cagey first half. Right, let's assert we still want to avenge ourselves. My point still stands. If we can get the first goal in this game, obviously it levels the tie. It means we've both got an away goal, and then it becomes next goal wins. So we've just got to make sure we score at some point. Because obviously if we don't score, we're probably not going to win the match that we're already behind in. Overall, I think that's how football works. Ito is struggling both in terms of form and fitness. And I think, no, even though he was excellent in the last game, I don't know, do I want to bring Van Emmerik on? Or actually, I might bring on Chapman for Ito and just shuffle everything around in this midfield. That's not what I'm trying to do. Chapman on the right wing. Vital on the left wing is what I'm aiming for. And then Adley can go into the midfield. We'll save Van Emmerik in case he needs to come on to play up front. Probably alongside Thorne rather than instead of him. We might bring him on for, I don't know who we'd bring him on for, Janicic with 15 minutes to go. We need to get another striker on, I think. So I guess we're going to do this. This is probably a bad idea, but it does mean Van Emmerik. Oh, he wants to be a complete forward. They both want to be complete forwards on attack. I mean, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. Van der Berg can stay there being Mr. Halfback. And as much as I hate doing it, we'll go attacking as well. And we want to show some passion. What do we do? Show some passion? Let's show some passion. We've got 15 minutes to grab a goal. We're fired up. They're disinterested. Come on, if there's ever going to be the chance of an upset, and it's Adley with the corner, and it's cleared, and this is where Porto go and score. We're just not as good as they are. And it's very frustrating because we played well again. When was the last time we had an episode where we played really poorly? Yes, we've had a terrible start. Yes, we've got a pretty poor squad here at Hamburg, but there's so many signs of life. If I was a manager of a bit of a fallen giant in Germany, I'd be looking at this thinking, he looks like the man that might be able to turn things around for us. That was another opportunity, but nothing coming from it again. Have we got any other attacking players we can... I don't know what those noises were, but I thought it was over there and it wasn't. Right, we got anyone who can come off the bench and win this match? We haven't. We have no squad. Do we pushing Van der Berg forward just seems stupid because he's not very good at going. I mean, he's brilliant there. He's useless there. I think we just need to stick with what we've got. And we've got we've shouted too recently. I'm all shouted out. What can we do? What can we do? Answers on a postcard. What should we be doing right now? Right. Let's do a shout now. There's still no shout opportunity. Oh, let me shout. Come on. Shout it. Right. We've got 2 minutes left of normal time. What on earth can we tell them to push forward? Push forward or demand more? We've got to push forward. It's not happening, is it? We've got 10 seconds left. I mean, 0-0 away against Porto is a crack. Van Emmerik, I thought he was in there. Oh, he could still be. No, that's that. I mean, we've put up a good fight there, but we just weren't good enough. We gave it our all. We're out in the quarterfinals. I don't think that's a disaster by any measure. We get a decent amount of cash as well, and now we just need to finish off the season and not get sacked. Obviously, I will be back a little bit sooner than the end of the season if we end up getting offered a job. But otherwise, we'll just do the last 2 games of the season, Stuttgart against Hanover. And remember, on this reduced schedule, that'll be at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, not tomorrow. It'll be the home series at 4 o'clock tomorrow. But if you have enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.